What are the biggest problems with being a tabletop gaming content creator?
Oof.
It's a big question.
I mean, I guess it's a slightly more saturated market.
It is a saturated market. Yeah.
But then everything on YouTube is these days.
True.
I think you'll struggle to find anything where there isn't God knows how many channels doing it.
True.
And that means trying to stand out from those is hard.
Yeah. I think the biggest, if not one of the biggest, is the time that this stuff takes. If you want to put out content to a high standard, and again, I always like to use probably Play on Tabletop or Tabletop Tactics are probably the two standout channels for this. The production quality is obscene. They have big teams.
Yes.
But the amount of time and effort that goes into productions like that, battle reports of that quality, is staggering. And if we're trying to do that with two of us, it's an insane amount of time that goes into it.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I can't even imagine the thought of like, okay, we've just filmed, so say this week, we filmed 1,000-point battle report. Now imagine what it would be like to the next day go, okay, let's go film the next battle report. And someone else has then gone and dealing with the edit. We don't have to think about it. Okay, we do a watch through before it goes and, we do the checks, but we don't have to go, okay, we got to get through however many hours you put into this one. It was your turn to do this one and it was the long one.
Yeah, of course. We do 1,000-point battle and whose turn is it to edit? Yeah, I don't even know how. And this weekend, I had like a weekend to myself.
Yeah.
Mrs. and the baby were away. And I was like, oh, cool. I'm just going to spend the whole weekend in the office just smashing out the edit.
Yeah.
I barely got halfway through it, man.
Yeah. Well, it was like, because what was the Arnold one before? That was only 600 points.
Yeah.
And that was long.
Yeah.
So the 1,000 points is just like, you can understand why battle reports weekly, like for anyone, they're not that size because it's just not a viable thing.
No.
Especially, like you say, with two of us.
So realistically, you're looking at that battle report, the 1,000 points, took us 3 hours to film.
Yes.
Leading up to that, I painted a lot of models. So there's the painting of whatever is required to film the battle report.
Yep.
There's the planning out the army lists.
Yep.
Then there is the filming of the battle report, and that alone is 3 hours. On top of that, then, we then go away and shoot an intro video, so cinematics, essentially.
Yep.
That takes a good amount of time. At some point during all this, we shoot our head-to-head, so essentially our intros where we discuss our army lists. We've done that in various formats, whether it be through graphics or whether it's just like an interview format. That, again, takes time. And then after that, there is the edit, the cut of the battle report as a whole. I'd say to get through a 3-hour video and cut it down to, we always aim for under an hour. Sometimes it's not possible. That probably takes a good 10-ish hours.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when we started, I was like, I'd like them at half hour.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened. I think we can do it.
We can do it. We just need to change how we film the reports.
Yeah,
first.
which we have changed. We've tried to do something slightly different each time.
Yeah.
And we're getting there.
We're always trying to make them better.
It feels like it is progressing. It's just,
After that, then, I then do all the profile cards. So for every unit that's used in the game, whether it's a troll, a standard warrior, and all the heroes, they all have their individual profile cards, which are custom made with all their stats, might, will, fate, and wounds. That's a nightmare. And then I have to go back through the edit and put all those profile cards versus each other at any point where they're in contact or whatever.
Yeah.
Also then changing those graphics based upon whether they've used any of their might, will, or fate, or lost wounds.
Yeah.
Then there's sound. And then there's export and thumbnail.
Yeah.
If you took all the hours for everything I just said, I don't even know what that comes to. That's a full-time job.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it has been. I'm trying to think of. I can't even think how many hours I've done on the one before, which was less points.
Yeah.
But even that was like 2.5 hours of filming, which was ridiculous as well.
That was ridiculous. But that was our first one by ourselves, I think.
Second?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I feel like we're talking ourselves out of running this channel.
Well,
I'm joking.
To be perfectly transparent, these are the kind of reasons when it became too much the previous time. Yeah. And there was a lot of stuff going on and it became an unviable thing to continue with.
Yeah.
And the edit side of it was probably one of the biggest factors in all of that.
For sure,
it became so difficult.
Yeah.
So, like I say, we're always trying to find a way to make it better.
But also more efficient.
Yeah. and that's it. But I think both of those kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because there is a limit to, if you're watching a battle report going, okay, we got 10 one-on-one battles in a row here, all of which are Minas Tirith against Orc.
Yeah.
Okay, go. Okay, next one. Go. And it's just that if that takes up 4 minutes of time, realistically, all anyone cares about in that is going, oh, okay, good guys won 5, bad guys won 5, and they got 2 kills each.
Yeah.
Boom, done. And that's what we need to...
And that's kind of what we've been discussing, changing going forward. So we're going to make battle reports. We don't want you guys to just watch us roll dice.
Yeah.
Yes, they can be exciting, and sometimes there's some crazy dice rolls that have funny reactions.
Yeah.
Or angry reactions or sad reactions or whatever.
Usually sad.
Yeah, usually. But more often than not, especially with warrior battles, it's not that entertaining. And I'm not just saying our battles in particular, I just mean tabletop games in general.
Yeah, and a lot of times, like, it's not very often they're relevant.
No.
Like, I know everything's going to have an impact, but yeah, I think just enough of being like, oh my God, we had 6 battles. I've killed everyone in all 6 of them.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to see me roll 6 6s. I think it's more entertaining to see the person being like, holy...
Yeah.
Shit, I can't remember if we're swearing or not in this. Yeah, like, holy crap, I just killed all of them in one go.
Yeah.
And then you being like, oh my God, what on earth just that? Like, I think that's more entertaining to see than me going, I actually got... It was a 6.
It's actually a 6.
Oh, that was a 2. Yeah, but going, oh yeah, I got a 6. And then yeah.
I actually have trialed it for a section in this new battle report towards the end. There's a moment, and I'm not going to spoil it, but in the battle where there's 2 big heroes against each other. That's all that really is important in that battle.
Yeah.
But we had like 15 other combats.
Yeah.
So it's just during the end phase, I was just like, I'm not even going to show it. So there's just a little montage of picking up dead model, picking up dead model, picking up dead model with music. There's not even a voiceover of, oh, good guy lost 5 warriors and so on. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if people go, what the hell happened in that turn?
Yeah.
But I personally think it's better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've said before, and I'm not going to remember which channel we said about, but where they talk so fast.
Play on.
That would be play on.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they talk so fast and you kind of go, because I don't know this army, I've got no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
But if you know, you know. So I think for the people who know enough, you go, okay, yeah, cool, that's simple. And for those who don't, you just kind of accept because it's part of it.
And with them as well, and this definitely isn't a dig at play on, but they'll roll, cut, roll. So it'd be like 16 shots into so and so, roll. I had to wound, roll, and you don't even see the results. It's almost a bit like, why have you got a dice tray? Are we expected to pause the video to see the results after every roll? Do you know what I mean? Like it's almost irrelevant because it's cut so quick.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, we're not trying to push boundaries or break new ground, but we're trying to find what the best, most efficient form of tabletop battle report recording and editing is. Yes.
But there is one other thing I want to bring up.
Okay.
As well. Which there's nothing anyone could do about this.
Right.
Apart from give us lots of money.
That'd be nice.
Matching cameras.
Oh my God, yeah.
So we've probably discussed this before. So at the moment, we currently have 4 cameras. Within that, 3 different brands of cameras. And even those 2 same brands are not the same model.
Yeah.
So without going into really long, boring stuff, different cameras have different color spectrums. And
yeah.
Like they all take the colors in slightly differently. So for example, our Sony takes reds, a very different shade of red to the Blackmagic cameras.
Yeah.
So then you take it in afterwards and you go, oh, that's like that tree over here looks kind of browny. And then the other camera, it looks almost pink.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're looking at the same thing. You're on the same settings.
Yeah.
But the camera reads it differently. And you go, well, now it's just a nightmare because nothing matches.
Yeah.
And you might notice that when you watch something. Sometimes the matte is a slightly different color, or like we try to hide it as much as possible.
I'm going to point out at this point as well, if you have noticed it, just know that it drives us insane. And every single week we try and do something about it. But the only real fix, judging by our months and months of experimentation now, is to have matching cameras.
Yes, unless we want to... It'd be a case of mixing it all live, cutting it up again in post, and then recoloring individual shots.
Yeah, we could do that, but that's
just... That is a ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
It really is. Or you then go back to the other thing of everything recorded separate, you cut it afterwards, but that's just not an option. So yeah, it's one of these where having different cameras causes such a problem. And it's a massive pain.
It is.
And
it
if
really
we
is.
planned it from the 10 whatever years ago when we started buying cameras, we've just got, okay, let's pick a make and stick with it.
I genuinely would have just gone, let's buy 5 camcorders. Like, we are realistically shooting on, I mean, we've got a Sony a7S II up high as like our top-down camera, which is a good DSLR, but I never, ever like the image we get out of it for what we're trying to do. Like, that top-down wide always looks crap to me.
I mean, the reason we ever got that camera was for slow motion,
close-ups.
low lightish footage.
Yeah.
So when we've done like promo work and stuff before, it came out great. There's certain things like a lot of the special forces stuff we've done, we've got some amazing shots from it, but when it comes to tabletop, it doesn't quite have the same thing, so it's not really the right camera.
That's true. And then on the flip side, our close-up and our wide are essentially cinema cameras.
Yes,
they're like, what's that one, 8K?
No, so 4K and
6K, but we got a Blackmagic Ursa Mini and the Black
so it's the Ursa Mini Pro and the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. So
overkill, really.
They are very much overkill. But I mean, if we had, well, realistically, we want 3 more cameras. We want 5 in total for, I think, what we want. So that means 3 more Blackmagics, 4 more camcorders, or 4 more Sonys.
I just say buy a bunch of camcorders.
So 5 more camcorders.
Yeah.
4 more.
Which you can probably get for the price of one Ursa.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
I'm
assuming there's probably...
And also then you don't have to buy lenses, which is another ridiculously expensive part as well.
That's very true.
For those of you who don't know, the lens, if you want a decent one, is generally the price of the camera again.
Yeah.
So you go, 600, 700, 800 pound for camera. Well, you're going to want a 600, 700, 800 pound lens.
Yeah.
Just to make that worthwhile.
Yeah.
It's gross.
So these are some of the problems we've talked about with doing what we do on YouTube in terms of TTA. Is the time that has to go into it. The expense of the equipment to get it right, the people that are required if you want to get it really, really good, the cost of the minis. We're not like sponsored or endorsed or anything by Games Workshop. A lot of channels, even, I hate this, but even channels I've noticed that are smaller than us get sent stuff for free.
I mean, we've tried to contact.
If anyone knows a contact for GW that can, I guess, deal out some content creator promotions or whatever, sponsorships, whatever the term may be, let us know, because we're clearly not hitting the right people. We've got an account manager in GW that through our shop, because we stock Warhammer, but I'm not going to lie, she's just like, I'll send an email,
it's like, can't find anything. It's like, you're in the company. Like,
you all work in the same office, just go next door.
Just shout. Just stand up and shout. I'm sure someone will hear you.
So with that being said, we have to buy everything.
Yes.
We're very fortunate that we can get stuff at trade price.
Yes.
But we we still do buy a lot of stuff.
Yes.
And it's so hard to pay. Like, between revenue on YouTube and Patreon income, doesn't cover anywhere near what we spend per month on models.
Not even close.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's not even like it's even say, like, if we wanted something for Forge World, no discount.
No discount, yeah.
And we have the same issues as everyone else, as if it's not in stock, it's not in stock.
Yep.
Like, we really wanted to get some wind lances and Girion and stuff.
Yeah.
Couldn't, so, we went the good old...
Forgemaster miniatures.
Yes.
Who also didn't have any wind lances.
Who also did not.
Did have some Dale proxies, though, which we picked up.
Yes.
Very cool.
But yeah, it's just it's difficult.
It is really, really difficult. And I'm sure there's people out there that are just like, well, why don't you just... Sorry, I just cut to you as that happened. Why don't you just go and buy more cameras, and get the good setup, put out a better quality production, final product, and then you'll, make more money, and it's all... But yeah, no, that's not how life works.
No. If it was a guarantee that we went, okay, we'll buy 5 2025 top range camcorders.
Yeah.
Did it all that way, made it simple, and you'll be 50k subs by the end of the year. I'd be like, okay, done. Like, I'm happy to make an investment if it's going to show any possible signs of coming off. But YouTube is such a black hole. It wouldn't even it shouldn't happen, but it wouldn't even surprise me if in a few months' time, GW have got something big coming out and they go, you know what, we're going to copyright strike all tabletop games because we're going to put it all on Warhammer Plus, and that's the only way you can see it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
although
can you
like
imagine?
it's unlikely, there's always that possibility.
Fortunately, I think I get you saying it's unlikely, but I think we did pass that scary corner of GW wanting to copyright claim everything, and they maybe finally did realize that, hang on a minute, content creators are the cheapest free marketing ever.
Oh, yeah. Like I say, we pay them to advertise their product.
Yeah,
and play
it's crazy. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't want this to come across the wrong way that we are, woe is me. We need more money to do what we like doing. Give us some money so we can play games for a living. I don't want it to come across like that. This isn't our full-time job. We put probably full-time hours into TTA.
Yeah.
Somehow. But we also obviously run a gym, a film business, other YouTube channels that are a lot bigger than this one, and
a shop.
and a shop, a high street full-time retail store. So this is just one of those things that it's like, if we can fit this in and get to have fun and it not lose us money, amazing.
Yeah.
That's kind of the goal of this channel, right? So it's not like, feel sorry for us because we're losing money doing this. You need to give us some money so we can play games for a living. That's not what we're going at.
Yeah.
I don't want it to come across the wrong way.
Yeah. And I will be honest, like we both have, but I've done a lot of research on like, how do people do this? How does it all work? Like, what are the behind the scenes things? Nobody talks about it.
No, it's crazy.
Everyone is like, oh, it's a secret.
Yeah.
If I tell them that I use this Sony camera, everyone's going to do it, and then suddenly I'm not going to be as good.
Yeah.
It's just everything's so secretive, but I feel like it's stuff I want to hear.
Yeah.
And I still want to hear other people talk about how they do it.
But it's weird, like it's almost this weird political outlook on competitors when it's not in reality. Like I'm not going to name drop anyone, but there's other YouTubers out there in a similar sort of area to us that I've messaged. I know they're like within traveling distance. So if we wanted to hang out with them or collaborate with them, we could. So I've dropped a message of being like, oh, hey, how's it going? This is who I am. This is what I do. We've got a channel. Overall, we've got X amount of subs. It's a lot more than them overall, just because I knew that would be appealing to them, like, oh, cool. And then they reply and it was like, yeah, sounds awesome, man. Like, that's loads of subs. Yeah, let's chat. And then as soon as I start talking about their process, back and forth, like, so what mixer do you use? Or how many cameras are in your setup? What things do you use? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I don't get it. It's like this weird mindset of, no, I'm not sharing my secret to success with you. The code that I've cracked, I'm not sharing that with you in case you do better than me. It's really weird. Whereas if a YouTuber came to us and was like, yo, can I come and see your setup and try and get some inspiration? We'd be like, yeah, cool. Let's come and chat. If you've got any ideas.
Like, I love the technical side of it. I mean, like for a while I had a job as a technician in a college and it was all about that kind of stuff. Like, I like how it all goes together and I like kind of figuring out better ways of doing it, which is why we never stay still on what we've got. Because
that's why we've got no money.
But because I always look at it and go, no, there's better ways of doing this. This isn't the best version of this.
Yeah.
And I'll always look at it and go, like, it's like problem solving, I guess.
Yeah, it
just
literally
look at it
is.
and go, like, there's a better answer. Definitely is a better answer.
Yeah.
And I find it strange that people don't share that.
I totally agree. I totally agree. I think we're all in the same industry in reality, tabletop gaming, Warhammer, whatever you want to look at it as. And if one of us could help improve everybody's product, that will, in reality, up the entire product of Warhammer and the interest in it. Because everyone's putting out crap handheld camcorder, one camera reports. It looks crap. No one enjoys it. No one's like, I want to get into this. But you put out these awesome high production quality videos like Play On. People look at that and go, oh man, that's badass. Like, I want to play that. That opening 30-second intro with a bit of lore and whatever, like that's got me hyped. I want to build my own Death Guard army or Orc army, whatever it is. So everyone should just be open to sharing how they do it.
Yeah. It's almost like there's a lack of teamwork.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, that was a long old complaining session more than anything.
I hope it didn't come across as complaining. I say, it's a behind the scenes look and to understand that there's a lot that goes into it. That's all.
Yeah, there really is. And I wouldn't change it for the world. I mean, I would. But I still want to keep doing it,
Yeah,